Hello YouTubers, thanks for watching another video. Today I'm going to do something different. I've watched a lot of videos on Matchbox, modifications and rebuilding and stuff. I thought I'd give it a go. This is the first one I did off cam, just to understand what you can do with them. This is a suspension system that I found on a video. A man on the video YouTube makes, and it works really well. He uses slightly different parts than I have, but I've made it work with wire and paper clips for the springs. So yeah, so I plan on doing something similar with this one, but I'm not entirely sure yet what I tend to do. I want to give it suspension. I'm probably not as high as this one. I thought about putting these wheels, which are these ones, on, and they're a little bit bigger than these, and sort of turn it into a monster beetle instead of a off-road beetle. But I'm not sure. I want to do an off-road beetle, I want to do a monster beetle, and yeah, it's just I think these wheels will look really good on, whoa, wobbled you all over the place. Really good on this Jeep. I'd like to put them on the Jeep and then do a back section on the Jeep is what I'm kind of thinking with the Jeep. So that's a whole nother project. So that's why I'm kind of thinking of taking the wheels off of this and putting these on. So I guess the first thing to do is to drill these out and get it all apart and have a look and have a think. I'd like to drill a hole in the exhaust just to make that look more realistic. Probably add a roof rack. I'm hoping to keep the paint job. I like the paint job, I like the colour scheme, it looks quite good, but we'll see. I would like to probably dirty it up and weather it a bit, make it, yeah, look a bit more realistic, colour the lights, things like that. So add a bit to it, detail the interior. Yeah, alright, well, let's get started. I'll drill this base and I'll change you over to fast forward so I don't have to bore you with a hour-long video. Okay, well, I think I'll make the suspension components and go down that road. So I got this idea from, I think his name, I don't know how to pronounce it, Sharon Tarshish. I can't pronounce his last name, but I'll put a link in my video anyway to him and links at the end. He's got some really cool custom vehicles that he makes, so it's definitely worth definitely worth a look. So this part of the system is the same as his. We're going to be cutting 4 pieces of, this is just wire I bought from a garden centre. You could use large paper clips, but when I did that other one, I did get there in the end with it, but I found them difficult to get along with. So here we are, up the right way. You could make them with the paper clips, but yeah, it's hardened wire, so yeah, it's difficult. Let's grab my clippers. We need tools that okay. We need about 5 centimeters. It's not a hard and fast measurement, but yeah, there are some measurements that you need to work out in a minute, but at the moment we're going with 5 centimeters of this wire. That's right, shoot off the desk and be lost forever. Alright, I'll cut 4 more. Alright, and we're back. We've got 4 these bits of wire. Now what we want to do is work out where the middle is, and we are going to make ourselves so bend it into a U shape. Now you want to squash this down to the width of your axle, so yeah, because your axle is going to go through this, so you fumble fingers today. At the moment it is too tight. I was trying to get that end bit. There we are. Something like that. Now, this is why I like the wire instead of the paper clips for this, because it's, yeah, a little more forgiving. Like I said, it could be done, but alright. Okay. So you want to go do that to all 4 pieces of wire. So I will get back to you in a minute. Okay. So now we got 4 U pieces. Now these U pieces are going to go here like this in the end. So you need to work out how wide your wheels are going to be. For instance, if you wanted this width of wheelbase, well, these pieces of wire, and you would have had to start with longer ones, need to go from the middle, this first bend, all the way out to the hub of the wheel. But for my case, I'm going to leave this as pretty much standard width plus width of the wire. So all I want is that much in the bend. So about half I want, because these are going to come like this. So something like that, and you're going to bend 90 degrees. Okay, so these will now go here. So the second bend we want to do will determine the height of the lift. So in this case, I don't particularly want a lot of lift. In fact, I can grind off and keep it and still give the axle a lot of movement. So for instance, this truck here, I made, you can't even see him anymore, I made that bend to make it easy. I made it the width of these pliers so that I would know that they're all exactly the same. But I don't really think I want that much. Yeah, it'll be alright. Alright, we'll do it. What you're going to end up here with is 4 of these. There we go. Right, so we have our 4 axle mounts made up now. So it's important to get these measurements all the same, otherwise your suspension's going to be all over the place. It's not going to be all the same. Okay, so now the idea is that we are going to drill holes into the chassis for these wires to go into. Obviously we need to cut these wires down to the same length as this, and put them in there. Alright, this little nub here I might remove now. I had trouble with it the last one I did. Alright, I had to grind them off. It was easier to do it with the Dremel off cam, so job done now. Right, let's see if I can mess this up. There's no, obviously you don't want to drill the hole too far out here where there's no material, so you got to come up a bit, which is why you got to determine the length of them early on. Right, let's cut some of this material off of here. Ow. like that. So now